In this video, I will show you how you can create this motion graphic style animation in DaVinci Resolve. Now, this is going to be a mode of a map and timeline animation combined. Also, go ahead and download the assets from the link in the description, free assets, so you can follow along with the tutorial. And with that being said, let's get started. Now, right here, I have this timeline. Let me just create a new timeline. And you need to unselect the use project setting, go over to format and click on use vertical resolution. And from here, let's change the frame rate to 30. Hit create and let's go over to effects and drag in our fusion composition. Let's go ahead and change the time. So you can press Ctrl D on the keyboard to change the duration. And let's change this to 10. Right click and click on open in fusion page. Let's go ahead, add in our background, connect this with the media out. And I'm going to change the color to white. Or let's just go with somewhere around here. And also let's go over to the image. And from here, let's unselect the auto resolution. And let's change the height to, let's double the height. So you can just add in this static sign to show the multiplication. So multiply it by 2. And also do the same thing for the width. Multiply it by 2. And that's it. So we have just doubled this. And now we're going to just add in our images and do the animation. And then we will move back to the main timeline. And from there, you will notice that this will look good because we need to show it in a more higher resolution so that we can have some motion going on throughout the video. So right now, let's go ahead and first of all, drag in our photo frame right here. Connect this with the background. And go over to the merge and go ahead and change this all the way to 5 so that this covers the whole screen. Now let's go ahead and add in this transform, decrease the size to, let's say, 0.15. And right now, if we zoom in, this is our image. But let's also go ahead and add in a drop shadow. So right beneath the transform, press Control Space and search for drop shadow. Let's add this in. So I'm going to decrease the drop distance and also the shadow strength. Somewhere around here, it looks good. And now also underneath the transform, let's go ahead and add in a duplicate node. And go over to the main transform and just move this up. And now in the duplicate, let's go ahead and change the copies to 4 and move this down. Make sure this is 4. And then you can use the center to move this down. So like this. And let's go back to the transform, move this up a little bit. And actually, let's just change the size to 0.1. All right. And now in the duplicate, let's move them closer a little bit. And now let's go over to the jitter. Just change the random seed to wherever. And now you can just change the X so that we can have some sort of a variation going on. So this looks good. Now let's go back to actually in the angles, we can also change the angle from here if you want to. Or you can even do that from the controls as well. So yeah, let's undo it from here, from this angle that is in the jitter. And let's go over to the controls. And let's do it from here. Let's change the angle from controls. So something like this. So we had the photo frame done. And now we're going to just add in the images that we have to fit in each of these frames. So let me just go ahead and start with this one. Connect this with the merge one. Move this right here. And now I'm going to just simply use, first of all, in the merge, let's also decrease this so that this covers the area of the frame that we have in the background. And also let's add in the rectangle and connect this with the media tool. Now you can adjust the settings from here. So let me just quickly do that. All right, so we have the first one done. Just a slight more. All right, so this looks good. And now I'm just simply going to do the same process for the other ones as well. So you can go ahead and do that as well. And also right here, you will notice that this looks already good. So if the image is already fitting in to the screen, then you can just keep it as it is. And also make sure to change the angle because we also have different angle positions for each of the frames. So right now this looks good and I'm going to continue. All right, so I have placed all the images as you can see right here. And now we're going to add in the plane image. So let's go ahead and do that. And also with the plane image, I'm going to use the same drop shadow. So let's add this right here, copy paste, connect this with the media merge 5. And here we have the plane as well. So let me just move this up a little bit. So right now, let me also decrease the size for the plane. So let's go with, let's say 0.5. This looks good. And let's change the angle to 180 and move this out of the screen. Now using the merge, you can go ahead and create keyframes. So at 0, let's go ahead, create a keyframe at center and also at angle. And now let's go over at 50 frames and move this in right here. All right, so this is how it will come in. And now right here, since we're going to be moving to this position, we're also going to change the angle. So you can just move at 60 frames, or you can say just 10 frames ahead and change the angle to the position that we're going to head in. And then you can just simply move this down using the center. So once you have changed the angle at 60, then let's go over at 100. So again, 50 frames ahead. So from 50, you can notice that we're changing it from 0 to 50 and then from 50 to 100. So this is the distance that I'm keeping. But for the angle change, just go ahead and do that right 10 frames right after the position that we have already landed in. So let's first, so now let's go over to 100. And now let's move this right here. So now you will notice we already had the angle set in. And by the way, one thing I had forgot to do was to set the angle. So right here, as you will notice that the angle is set at 180, but the angle is changing throughout the animation. So we don't need that. So right here at 50, I'm just going to keep this at 180. So right here, you will notice right at 50, when the plane comes in on this position, this image, then the angle starts to change. And this looks good. And now when it moves to this position at 100, now we're going to just move 10 frames in and again change our direction. And now let's go over at 150. Move this right here. And now let's change this to move this 10 frames ahead. Again, do the same thing, change the angle to the direction where we're headed. And then add 200. Let's move this right here. And also at 210, I'm going to change the angle again. And then add 250. Let's move this out of the screen. Or something like this. Okay, one thing I noticed here is that this is not looking good. We need to change the angle right where we have this, right when it lands. So this didn't work because I needed to also add the angle keyframe right here. So for example, we also added the angle keyframe at 50. So the one at 60, let's go ahead and copy this. Let's copy the settings from here, this angle. And now let's go over to 100 and go ahead and paste these settings for the angle so that this remains the same throughout this movement. And then right here, it starts to change. The one at 100, let's copy this one. Actually, let's copy this one. The one at 110, copy the settings from here. Then let's go over to 150, paste the settings right here so that this remains steady. And again, we're just going to copy the settings from here at 160. And let's go over at 200, paste the settings right here. And now the settings at 210, let's copy that and go over at 250 and just paste that. So now we will have a consistent flight overall. Right now you will see This is how it looks. So now we have a nice flight, as you can see already. Now the next thing, we're going to add the lines that, we have some animation going on to show that, okay, we have covered this distance. So in order to get those lines on the map, you can go ahead and add in this text image, text node, connect this with the background, and go ahead and just add in some dashes. And let's change the font type to light. And let's go over to layout, change the type to path. So from here, I'm going to create a path. Let's go over at 0. Actually, let's go over at, so right here where this plane is coming in, I'm going to add in this, create this point, and then right here where this plane comes in, over at this position of the image that you see right here, or the card that you see right here. So let's go ahead, add in this node right here. And by the way, let me also change the color to dark so that we can see this. So right here, this will follow the path of the plane. And then right here, let's create a point right here. Make sure the text is selected. And then let's see where this is landing. So right here, when it comes over the image or the card, just go ahead and create a point right there. And now let's do the same thing right here. And this point, just a little bit back. Let's go ahead, create this point right here. And then right here. Right here. So you just need to follow the path of the plane. So right here. Then right here. All right, so we have the points done. Now let's go over to the text and just copy this and continue pasting until this covers the whole area. So right here you can see now this covers the whole area. Let me just remove this. All right, so let's manually add this so that we know where this is ending. All right, so we have the line set as well. We just now need to animate them. So let's go over and 0. And let's go over at right on. Change this to 0 as well. Create a keyframe. So let's go over at 15. Let's go over at 15. Create a keyframe right here. And now let's go over at this position. This is at 48 or let's say 50. Yeah, let's go over at 50 and just add them in. So right here. Now if we can just see this, how this looks. Right, and then right here, we're going to go ahead and add this in. Just match it when this is moving outside the card. Now let's go over to the other card right here. Add this in. Right. So I think you get the point. Now I'm just quickly going to do this. All right, so I have completed the animation as well, movement of the line as well. So let's see how this looks. All right, looks good right here. Then looks good right here as well. All right, perfect. Again, looks good. And then finally, right here. So perfect. All right. So we have the animation done. Like this is it. One thing I would like to suggest you to add is if you go over to the merge 6, which is the merge of the plane that we added, go over to the settings and from here just add a motion blur and change this to 5. So this will just add a nice motion blur when the plane is moving, and that's it. Now you can go back to the main timeline and you can go ahead and add in an adjustment clip, extend this. You can even do this within the fusion composition, but let's just see how this looks in the adjustment clip, because the fusion composition, as you've already seen, that this is double the size of the timeline that we have. So in the timeline, we can just go ahead and use the adjustment clip to zoom this in and then move this according to how the plane is moving. So let's go ahead and do that. So right here at 0, I'm just going to zoom this in. Let's say 1.55. Change the Y position right here. And let's go ahead, create a keyframe at position. So right here where the plane comes in. By the way, let me just go back to the position right here. And you can also enable the keyframes from here so you know where the keyframes are being created. So right here, let me just move this down. All right, so this is the end position right here. Now let's move this in right here. So right when the plane lands on the first image, let's go ahead and move this up. Do the same thing for the second image as well, right here. And now for the third image, let's not only move the Y up, but also let's change the X position. And finally, right here, let's move the Y up and also the X. And then at the end, we can just move this down. All right, perfect. So this was it for this video. I hope you found this video useful and I will see you in the next one.